Well, it's time for another road trip. This time, we're off to southern Indiana. Basically, Louisville is where we're going. Do you say Louisville? If you don't say Louisville, you probably haven't been around anyone from there, because they will quickly correct you that it's Louisville. Off to Louisville, not actually going into Louisville though, stopping right before the river. And I believe, is that the Ohio River? And stay there tonight, the Indiana side, and then visiting two schools right there on the Indiana side in the morning. So first is Daniel McDonald at Providence High School in Clarksville, Indiana, and then just north to Silver Creek High School to visit, and I think it's Poppenhaus. I think the last name is Poppenhaus. I haven't seen it on paper in a couple days now, and for all of a sudden I'm on the spot and I'm drawing a blank. I think it's David Poppenhaus. So if I said it wrong, Coach, I'm sorry. Or I could just bleep that part out and pretend I didn't screw it up. But anyway, that's the road trip. So I'm all scrubby now, but that's because it's just driving tonight. Stay in the hotel in Louisville so I can start super early in the morning. Should be a great day. Yep. I am.
If I gave you $20, would you mind giving me a ride 2 miles down the road with my van?
Your van's 2 miles away?
Yes, sir. My dumbass van.
Well, I don't need $20 to do that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Dude,
All right. Side mission. 2 side missions. Side mission number 1, get Brandon to his car 2 miles away. He ran out of gas. Mission number 2, this hat right here, my Illinois flag hat, is like my favorite hat in the world, and I picked it up at a gas station like this. And so, side mission of this, find another money hat. But I don't know what I'm looking for. Like, that's not bad. But is that a little bit too much like mine? And I'm really not much of a beer guy. So, the beer ones, ooh. Illinois hat number 2. Now that one, this place has some potentials, man. This one, that could be the one. Moment of truth. And she's off. Okay, off the phone with Daniel, Coach McDonald, and if you guys don't know, Coach McDonald has helped us with Chief Pigskin for a year now, and which is a weird year because of COVID. But you know what? I feel like we can probably stop saying that now, can't we? A weird year because of COVID, because it's kind of, everybody knows. COVID hit, changed everything, but still, I've known him for a while. And a fantastic coach. Just finished his first year at Providence here in Clarksville, right across the river from Louisville, Kentucky. And it's going to be a good day. Starting there, then going to Silver Creek. Going to go get an OJ and get started. So Our Lady of Providence is in Clarksville, Indiana, which is the city like basically attached to Louisville, but right across the river. So I'll just turn this around We got like a mile left to go to Providence, Our Lady's High. Let you guys see the city a little bit. Good looking baseball field, I can tell. Providence Pioneers, baby. Oh. Okay, this place is all right. I remember talking to Coach McDonald about his time here at Providence. I said, "You think you'll stay for a while?" He said, "Oh, I'll stay for life." And now I can see why, at least at first glance impression. Good looking school, good looking athletic facilities. I can't wait to see the rest.
Ready?
Oh, we're ready here in Coach McDonald's office and heading out. We're going to take a look around. Let's go, Coach.
All right, let's take a look around. Now, things first, I've got a pretty nice setup here. First time I've had a genuine office. It's a pretty good deal here. Step out of the office into our locker room. Locker room was paid for by the Young family way back when. This was redesigned, I want to say, early 2000s. And we got pretty much everything you need. Can't step on the Pioneer.
Good call.
We got pretty much everything you need here. We're self-sufficient in our laundry service. We've got enough lockers for 70 kids. So at a high school or at a program that's 40 to 50 kids, we got plenty of space here.
Yeah, I tell you what, laundry in schools is a lost art.
That's right.
I've always wanted I need laundry.
Thankfully, I have an assistant who is more than willing to do the laundry. If you look to your left here, Nate, Pioneer Football's core values. Had this design made last season, actually just a few weeks ago, believe it or not.
I think I remember seeing it when it first came out. You put it on Twitter, I think. Looked good.
I'm a huge fan of getting good signage in your facility, and
yeah.
I'd like to think of myself as a culture builder. So, our core values: character first, team before self, relentless effort, and our guys have really bought into that. It's been a joy. So as we move along, pretty cool idea that was here when I got here. They had a donor way back several years ago. This is our old logo, but they took this rug, made it, donated it, and rather than have people stepping all over it, hung it up on the wall. I think that's a really cool idea.
Looks sharp.
So we stepped out of our locker room. If anybody's interested in buying this, let me know. I'm not a huge fan. I don't even know what you call those things. So we step out of our hallway into God's pasture here. Turf Field was built in 2015. It's obviously a multi-sport facility. Our track team was just on it the other day. Soccer uses it. Baseball comes out and gets a lot of their lawn toss in the off season. So for a 5-year-old surface, it's pretty awesome.
I love how the stands are right up against the school. I was just talking about that.
Yeah, nice little factoid about that. The stands butt up right to the school, the gym, the Larkin Center, if you will. See our press box? The press box is relatively new. I want to say, I think they built the press box when they put the field in. But for the longest time, I don't know if you can see the cutout there in the top left corner of the building.
Yeah.
The press box used to be right there.
Oh,
So
it was
to get to
in the
press
building.
box, yeah, to get to the press box, you had to go up into the gym, climb a staircase,
Yes.
and you would look out.
Love it.
Do they have a play clock in Illinois? Or do they require, of course they have a
It's
play
a
clock.
25-second clock. It's not required to have the end zone clocks, but they are
So in Indiana,
very
you have to have
common
the end
now.
zone clock.
Required, huh? They are very common. Most schools have them now, which honestly, that like 5 years ago, almost none had them. And now 5 years later, everyone has.
The college arms race has entered high school, man. So this is our Providence Athletics Center. And this building was built in 2017. Around the front of the building, as you saw earlier when you came in, that looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But these doors here, that is the guest locker room.
Okay.
And those are brand new. We have the nicest guest locker rooms in the nation. I mean, they have whiteboards in there. I mean, if you're a guest at Providence, you're treated really well. And I would prefer to make them a little bit more uncomfortable. The second floor is interesting because that's a blank canvas right now. It's blank down to the studs. We have some plans for that room. We're just kind of waiting for some decisions to be made.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's a good looking stadium.
Yeah, this is top notch. Our baseball team won state in 2017, I believe.
Nice. That's nice. It's amazing the difference just a little bit of brick makes.
Oh yeah, I know. And then I'm kind of proud of this area too. This is a really cool area. Whoever designed this was really intelligent. And that's a cool little breezeway. Once we get all this designed up here and filled in, I mean, just for aesthetically, that's a really cool spot.
Yep, absolutely.
And then in ode to our feeder systems, our feeder schools, our deanery schools.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The logo of each one of our feeder schools.
Nice.
Come on over here real fast.
Oh man.
Coach Miller, this is Nate Harbaugh.
Hey, Dave.
He works.
How you doing, man?
Real
He
good.
owns, operates, and works for Chief Pigskin. I took this job in February, and as you know, March is when COVID struck. So I took the job in February, had to wait a couple of weeks for my background check and my safe and sacred training with the Archdiocese to clear, and then I met our kids in early March. My first team meeting, we had 17 players in attendance. Your linebacker personnel has changed. So, 10 to 15 years ago, you were looking at inside linebackers that were just slightly quicker 3 techniques. Let's be honest about it. They were the guys who might have had a little bit of body fat on them. They were too slow to play DB, but they were aggressive. So hey, they're too big to play DB, so they're linebackers. Put them in a cowboy collar and let's go.
Okay, running a little behind schedule. Got out of Providence a little late, so now I'm hustling to Silver Creek High School. Send a text to those coaches, let them know I'm running a little behind. But I haven't eaten yet today. I didn't eat breakfast because, I don't know, I was just feeling okay, and I thought, I'm going to just skip breakfast. But now I'm skipping lunch too because I'm late. But I'll tell you what, as my dad always said, you'll still be hungry later. Football field. Silver Creek, baby, Silver Creek. Here with Coach Williams, Coach Donahue, Silver Creek High School. Only got beat one time last year. Well, 10-1, 9-1?
9-1.
9-1, and just gonna take a quick look around Silver Creek High. So just like maybe locker room, weight room, gym. If it's too messy, you don't want it on, we won't. But honestly, just kind of walking around the school building, people just like seeing.
Yeah, I watched your thing
Schools.
last night.
From my last road trip?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just fun to see new places,
The
man.
doors are a pretty big deal if you want to start with the doors. We go in.
Love it.
This is the locker room. Not a lot, but we take pride in what we do here.
Heck
A
yeah.
lot done. Just recently, we went through our maxes for the winter weights to start to get percentages for the workouts. They slowly started to do some stuff. Some of this stuff is new, but as a whole, it's just been a big process. So we are in the state of Indiana, and Indiana basketball still king. You'll see what they put focus on. But the beauty of this community is they want everything to be good. They want baseball to be good. They want football to be good. They want
Right.
girls basketball to be good.
Right.
So at this point, if girls win a state championship today, we are the one major revenue sport that hasn't won a state championship yet. So
Oh no. Pressure's on. Pressure's on.
basketball won 2 years ago.
Love it. Good
Baseball.
atmosphere.
Baseball won a few years ago as well. So there's the banner for basketball.
We got a dragon in the middle of the court, man. That's cool.
I don't know if anybody told you the history of the school. So they abandoned football for about 40 years.
Really?
Yeah, they played football in 1944, I think, something like that. Didn't have football since until 10 years ago.
Started back up just 10 years ago.
Yeah. So last year
Wow.
was the decade anniversary. So this is the banner for football. And as you see, it's kind of dry, but there's a reason behind it. It's
Yeah.
not because we aren't doing good things. It's because
Right.
we just started. So
That takes time to get it back up and build culture in the community of
yeah.
football. Wow, that's incredible, Coach.
it's the head coach put it to me like this. He said it's a gift and a curse because you don't have the football IQs, you don't have the football families or
Yeah.
that type of thing. But on the flip side, you don't have the uncle that says, well, we play 4-4. In our drill work, I'm a heavy bag guy. I love bags. I love bag drills. I like to see our guys move. I like to see our guys bend through bags. We also work flat wall in shoots, and we work flat wall versus a rabbit. We'll flat wall versus a fence to make sure our guys don't run upfield. We'll flat wall against a flat wall to make sure our guys don't run upfield.
Where we count off playing the reach block. Okay? So what you're gonna see here is let's say I am a left defensive end. Okay? So as a coach, I'm counting off 1. So I'm right here with my hands. I'm going 1, okay? Locking out the shoulder, posting the shoulder. 2, I'm pulling down. 3, I'm gonna shuffle my hips outside. Okay? 4, I'm gonna rip off, okay? Bring my elbow up to my eye.
Well, we did it. Another road trip in the books. Just leaving their little field here. It's cool because it's like such a quaint little stadium. And it's a school of 800 kids. I'll bet this place is packed on a Friday night with an undefeated football team and a good sized school. What I love about places with small grandstands is that the grandstands are always full. But coaches did a great job, Coach Donahue and Coach Williams. What was cool about it is that they're 3-3 guys, and they run really similar stuff to what I had been running for all those years defensively. Some nuances, of course. Everybody does some things their own way, but you can tell that some of their main influences were some of my main influences defensively. I'm really anxious to see, again, as I've said before, I don't get to listen while they speak or like see their video and everything, so I'm anxious to pull that up as I start editing and see the film of it. I think it's going to be really good. I think you guys are going to like it. So they had to change things a little bit in their speakers from what was on the schedule because their girls are playing in the state championship game today. So several of their coaches that were planning on speaking had to be up there for that. So Coach Williams, DC, Coach Donahue, D-line coach, spoke, and both went over an hour. I mean, super detail oriented. That's what I loved about it. And like I said, you could just tell philosophically, I have a lot in common with them, right? So I have to always be careful. Like, oh, they were so smart. I have a lot in common with them, so it was so super cool to hear their takes on things. But a lot of great stuff. I think you guys are gonna like it. I haven't eaten yet, as I said before. It's almost 3 o'clock, and so I'm gonna load up old Black Betty here, and we are heading back north. I'm gonna go get as much food as I can. Nice short little 4-hour trip home. Call it a day.